It only took one word, 7 letters, to set everything off. When Selena Gomez reacted to Justin Bieber's surprise album Swag with a single-word comment, people online couldn't stop talking. Twitter blew up with reactions, TikTok users were analyzing every detail, and Reddit was full of theories. Everyone wanted to know, what did she really mean? If you're here, watching this video, chances are you're wondering the same thing. Before we talk about what she said and what it might mean, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything and helps us keep bringing you the content you care about. Plus, if you're into stories where even one small word can spark a storm, you'll definitely want to stay till the end. Because with Selena and Justin, nothing is ever random. Sometimes even the smallest comment feels like it has a story behind it. And this is one of those times. Her response might seem simple, but it feels like it came with a lot of emotion. Maybe she was being thoughtful. Maybe it held some sadness. Maybe there was a little sarcasm. But before jumping to conclusions, it helps to understand what set everything off in the first place. Justin didn't release just any album. He shared something that felt raw and emotional, like he was letting people hear something straight from his heart. There wasn't any lead single, no music videos, no big promo tour, just a quiet post at midnight with a caption that read, "This one's been sitting in my heart for years." That one sentence made fans stop everything, and when they saw the title Swag, people were confused. Was it a joke? A throwback to the early 2010s when Justin called everything swaggy? At first, it felt like he might be poking fun at himself, but once people started listening, it was clear this was something deeper. By the third track, everything changed. The album didn't feel like a fun surprise anymore. It felt like an open letter. Instead of trying to chase a comeback, Justin was being honest, talking about past mistakes, regrets, and things that still hurt. Swag wasn't about sounding cool. It was about letting go of things he'd been holding onto for a long time. One of the songs that really stood out was Daisies. In it, Justin sings, "I left flowers where your tears used to fall." The line is soft and emotional, almost like he's talking to someone directly. Fans immediately started wondering, was this about Selena? Her name showed up all over the comment sections. And honestly, it's not hard to see why. Daisies doesn't sound like a song meant for the charts. It feels like a message never meant to be shared. There's a quiet kind of sadness in it, like someone trying to move on but still feeling stuck. Even though the lyrics could apply to anyone, the way Justin sings them makes it feel personal, like he's opening up to someone specific from his past. Then came one lyric that really hit home. "I told the therapist your name. I swore I wouldn't again." That line caught everyone off guard. It was raw, painful, and incredibly honest, like something you'd only admit in a late-night conversation or a therapy session. It gave people a glimpse of just how deep some of Justin's emotional scars might go. Yes, there's some healing in the song, but you also get the sense that some parts of him are still struggling. Another track, Butterflies, had a completely different tone. It didn't carry the same emotional weight as Daisies, but it still felt meaningful. In the chorus, Justin sings, "You gave me butterflies, and I caged them instead of setting them free." It's a short line, but it says a lot. It sounds like he's admitting that he held on too tightly to something special instead of letting it grow naturally. There's a sense of guilt, maybe even an apology buried in that line. A lot of listeners felt that one deeply. By the end of the album, it was clear this wasn't about making hits. This was Justin working through personal stuff, trying to make sense of old feelings and figure out how to move forward. It didn't feel like he was looking for attention. It felt like he was looking for peace. And that brings us back to the question everyone was asking. How would Selena respond? Over the years, Selena has stayed pretty quiet when it comes to anything involving Justin. She doesn't start drama, she doesn't post cryptic comments, and she's shown respect for his relationship and marriage. So, when she finally said something about Swag, fans were ready to analyze every word. But she didn't post a long message. She didn't go live to share her thoughts. She didn't give a statement to the press. Instead, she responded to a fan who asked what she thought of the album with just one word. Seriously. That's it. No emoji, no context, just one word. And that one word set off a whole new wave of speculation. Some fans thought she was being sarcastic, like she was surprised Justin was still making music about her after all this time. It didn't take long for that theory to spread. especially since Swag was full of emotional lyrics, and Selena has made it clear she's focused on her own mental health. If she did listen to the album, maybe it brought up feelings she's been trying to leave behind. But not everyone saw it as shady. Others believe she was actually impressed. Maybe she meant, seriously? This is good. Maybe she didn't expect it to be so personal and honest. It's also possible the songs reminded her of things she'd forgotten or tucked away. With just one word, it's impossible to know exactly what she was thinking. And that's part of why people can't stop talking about them. Even after all these years, even after going in separate directions, Justin and Selena still capture people's attention. Every lyric, every social media post, every subtle interaction becomes something to pick apart. Their story has lasted far beyond the actual relationship. And it's not because fans are obsessed with gossip, it's because so many people grew up watching them. There's a feeling of familiarity, of watching something real unfold in front of you, even when it's through a screen. So, when Selena dropped that one-word comment, it wasn't just a reply. It was a reminder that this connection, whatever it is now, still exists in the public's mind. Whether her comment came from a place of confusion, support, hurt, or surprise, we may never know. But it's moments like this that keep the story going. Selena's been through this herself. As a songwriter and performer, she knows how hard it is to share your most personal feelings with the world. When someone writes songs that clearly come from a deep place, like the ones on Swag, she understands what that kind of vulnerability takes. So maybe, when she listened, she didn't roll her eyes. Maybe she really felt something. Maybe she recognized the honesty in Justin's voice. It's possible she was touched by how open he allowed himself to be. Then again, there's always the chance that her reply, just one word, was her usual style: brief, calm, a little mysterious, and quietly sharp. That one word didn't say much on the surface, but it sent the internet into full analysis mode. Everyone had a theory. Everyone had something to say. Whatever her intention was, one thing's for sure, she knew exactly how much weight her response would carry. People keep wondering why we're still talking about Selena and Justin. It's been years. They're no longer together. They've both changed. They're in completely different places now. So why does their story still matter so much? The answer is simple. First love doesn't go away easily. Add to that the massive spotlight, the music inspired by heartbreak, the messy breakups, and the fact that nothing between them ever got fully resolved. And suddenly, you're not just talking about two people. You're talking about a moment in pop culture that shaped an entire generation's emotional life. Their relationship didn't end with a clear goodbye, it just slowly faded, leaving a bunch of questions behind. That's what still pulls people in. Most fans aren't even hoping they'll get back together anymore. They just want something that feels like closure, or at least a sign that some kind of peace was made between them. What stands out most about Swag isn't just the possible references to Selena, it's the way Justin approached the whole thing. He wasn't throwing blame. He didn't sound bitter or angry. Instead, he was reflective. He was looking inward. For once, it didn't feel like he was trying to run from his past. It felt like he was sitting with it, trying to make sense of it. That honesty wasn't just important for him or for Selena. It meant something to anyone who's ever had a hard time moving on. Because, really, who hasn't had a moment like that, where an ex resurfaces and you just sit there wondering if you should be sad, impressed, or just done with it all? Sometimes that reaction, seriously, comes from a mix of feelings that don't quite make sense even to us. The real takeaway is that growth isn't smooth. It's not a straight line. It's messy. Look at Justin. He's married now, building a new chapter in his life. But that doesn't erase his past. The people who mattered to him before still exist in his memories. You can move forward and still feel something when you look back. You can be in love with where you are now